Hi friends, this is Ronald. The last session we discussed about creating user accounts, configuring user permissions, read permissions, delete permission, deny permissions, right? So in this session, we'll be seeing like I'll show you how to configure disk quota limit, file and sharing permissions, sharing the folders, sharing drives, remote desktop configuration, and finally we'll discuss about BitLocker and drive encryption. So these are the labs I'll be showing you now. First thing is disk quota. So what is about disk quota now? So quota is important for users, especially when you have a drive with, say for example, I have a D drive. It is about some 50 GB of storage, and by default, all users can access this 50 GB of storage. Right? All users can access this one. This 50 GB for everyone. But now I want to limit for users to access this quota, the drive. So as we created users like Joy, Jack, and Sam. Three users we created. The same drive for all these three users can access, but different storage space. When Joy is accessing, he should get 50 GB because he's administrator. I don't want to disturb him. When Jack is accessing, he should get only 5 GB. If it is 50 GB, 5 GB he should access. When Sam is accessing, he should get only 10 GB, not more than that. So that's what about disk quota. We are limiting users to access this disk. He cannot store, Jack cannot store the data above 50 GB, above 5 GB. Similarly, Sam, he cannot store the data above 10 GB. But administrator having a full permission to access the 50 GB of storage. So this is what we are doing for this self system. Windows 8, Windows 7, Windows 10, or even servers. Local users, we are restricting him to access that drive with the limitation, storage limitation. Let's configure this one now. So let me configure. So here you can see E drive is there with 5 GB. I can even, okay, I may be like Jack user. So I should be administrator in order to configure disk quota limit. So E drive is having 10 GB is there. Let me limit the users. Disk quota, that is quota limitation. Show quota settings. Enable quota management. By default, it is not denying for users to exceed the storage limit or access the limited only. Now deny disk space to users exceeding quota limit. Do not use this option. This is for all the users. So I want to go for specific users here. Quota entries, quota, new quota entry. Then, so this is completely what we are doing as basics of system, like self configuration, self protection of system. So let me go with Jack. How much will make it? Yeah, 2 GB. We limit him for 2 GB. He should access only 2 GB. And the warning 1. Okay. Somewhere around 1000, like 1.9 GB. It's about warning for him. Apply. Similarly, for another user, I can even limit him for more space. Same steps, quota, new quota entry, Sam, how much you want to limit him, 5 GB, so 4.5 for limit. So we got Jack is there, 2 GB limited, Sam is 5 GB. Oh, it is KB, sorry, I'll make it GB. Okay, 4.5 GB. Administrators can say no limit. Joy is administrator, so for him no limit. He can use whatever the storage space is there. Apply. Done. First, let's check in. Sign in as a Jack. Just refresh. See here, 2 GB. The actual size is 10 GB, but he is getting only 2 GB space. If I log in as a Sam, he'll be getting 5 GB. Oh, it's the first time he's logged in. Yes, he logged in and check. Yes, you can see 5 GB. This is called disk quota limit. We are limiting for him to access the drive. Next one we'll see like share folder permissions, even network permissions also. We got a lot of features are coming in Windows 8, Windows 10, 2012 also. So share folder permissions. So before we'll get into share folder permissions, we should have network setup, right? So for example now, let me take two systems, right? One switch. This is PC1, PC2. So in this system, we got some data. Say here is HR data. This system IP is 192.168.100.10, 192.168.100.20. First thing, they should get communicated. Each they should be able to communicate. Then only you can go for sharing the folder. You can share this folder. So this PC2 want to access the same data. PC2 want to access this data now. The data is not available. What you can do simply, you can share this folder so that PC2 user. So here is user is X1 user. Here user is Y1 user. Y1 want to access X1 data, which is not available on his system. They both are in network now. Since it is shared in a network, he can access it. But you should know username and password. Username is x1 so and so password. Then he can able to access it. Not only folder, if you have a drive here, D drive you want to access, You can even share this drive itself. So the complete drive will be accessed by Y1 user. If you have a printer in PC2 connect here, printer is connected. Printer also can be shared in a network now. So this is the advantages of sharing the folder, sharing the printer, even sharing internet also. If we have, because we are already network now, so we can able to share the data, we can able to share the folder, sharing printer also possible. Before that, as I said, you should make sure that the systems are able to communicate each other. We'll be seeing the first one, like we'll be seeing like Windows firewall. If the firewall is on and the inbound packets are blocked, he cannot communicate here. And also we have an option called file and print share. If file and print share is enabled, it is on, then only he can able to access it. If file and print sharing is off in PC2, that means one-way communication. PC2 can communicate to PC1, but PC1 cannot communicate to PC2 because in PC2 file and print sharing is turned off. He don't want to available, he don't want to open his port to all the users in a network. He want to block himself. When firewall is on and inbound packets are turned on, in this situation also PC1 can communicate to PC2 and PC2 cannot communicate to PC1. So these settings are quite important. Make sure that if the systems are not communicating, first check the basic settings. First check with Windows file and print sharing settings in your network adapter configuration. This Windows firewall you have to check and make sure that it is not turned on inbound packets. It is required when you are going and connected to cloud. Nobody should access your system. Your single PC and it is in cloud now, ISP. That time recommended turn on this so that people cannot access you. You can access internet, but those guys cannot access your system. So this is again a security features coming from Windows 7 and 8 onwards. Let's implement these settings in our system. So Windows, I have two systems now. One is 8, Windows 8 machine is there, another one is Windows Server 2012 is there. First, let me check the IP address of this machine. It is 100.40. And I was talking about network settings, the file and print sharing, right? Just go to, first thing is network icon settings. You can get inside through network notification or you can go to control panel. So I'm getting inside through open network and sharing center. Here you can see change advanced sharing settings. So turn on, see, when file and print sharing is on, file and printers that you have shared from this computer can be accessed by people on the network. So I don't want this one to happen, so it is off. Even the sharings also. When public folder is sharing is on, people on the network including home group members can access files in this public folder. So it is also off. Let's see now. This system is 40. I have another system. Let's check this system IP, which is a server. You might be seeing my last videos where I shown you how to install Windows Server. 2012. This system IP is 100.101. Let me ping to that system. Windows 8 machine is 192.168.100.40. It's not working because of file and print sharing is off. Let me put it in continuous ping. So I'm changing the settings now. I'll say turn on. Now you can see the difference. See, the moment I turn on file and print sharing, it started working now. Another feature which I said about firewall. Go to firewall. Here you can see turn on Windows Firewall. Firewall you can access from network settings, or you can even go to control panel. From there also you can access Windows Firewall. Both are same. See, turn Windows Firewall on or off. So it is on, but it is not block. You can see block all incoming connections, including those the list of allowed applications, both public and private. Now it is secure. Nobody can communicate to my system. See, right? Now I'll again turn off that feature. Firewall is on, but I'm just removing this one, blocking incoming packets. Yes, started working. This is the basic network security features actually. Next, we'll move on to folder sharing permissions. So we'll go to Windows 8 machine. So we created some folders, right? So yes, personal data. I'll keep some test. So you can just share this one. Right click on the folder. You can share folder. You can share drive also. First, I'll show you how to share the folder. Then we'll go to how to share the drive. We'll see. Sharing. So let me repeat once more time. Right click on folder, properties, sharing, advanced sharing. If you go to advanced, you'll get some permissions features, security permission features. Share this folder. Limit the number of simultaneous users to access. 20 users simultaneously can access this folder. If I limit for 5 users in my network, only 5 users can access. Even though if it is 100 systems connected in network now, only 5 people can access at a time. Permissions, everyone, full control. If I give full control, they can copy and paste. If I give only change permission, only read permission, they cannot even change also. Let's see this feature. So I am just applied only read permission. This is the path now. So I'll go to server system. Now how to access the shared folder? Just go to run. You can even type Windows key. You can just type RUN. It will take you to run. Yes. Here backslash twice you have to use. And you have to mention the destination, the system where the shared folders are created. You can mention that system IP address or you can mention the computer name. Now here I'm mentioning the IP address 200.40. Yes, as I said, asking username and password. Username is, I can go with admin. Oh, I can go with Jack also. 92.100.40. Let me go with Joy. Yes, Joy also, because Joy also administrator. Because admin is not actually, because admin there is no password. We remove the password. Make sure that there is a password. Can I create it here? Only read permission. So I'll change the permission now. I'll make it sharing advanced permissions. So I'll make it full control now. Now anybody can modify this folder. Anybody can create the folders also. Now I'll just already connected. I'll just refresh. So here now I can able to create folder. So this is the advantage if you give the permission. And also there's disadvantage because they're going to modify your folder. Let's go back and check whether the folder got created. Yes, it's created. Similarly, you can share the drive, complete drive itself. Let me share F drive. Right now we can go to Windows Server System. One more time we can access, or even if you refresh, see, after is coming. It is full control. Test 100. Now you can go back to your system. Sorry, not this one. See, test 100 got created. So this is about file sharing permissions, sharing drive permissions. We discussed about even configure Windows Firewall, file and sharing permission, file and sharing settings permissions, printer settings permissions. So in the next video, we'll see how to configure remote desktop and BitLocker permissions. In this video, this is the what we discussed. Thank you for watching.